Folks, it's been, well, a day or two, or a month or two, or 2 months or two, or it's been a while since doing a video, and it's because Miss Katie broke my jaw.
I did not.
Oh, never mind. But yeah, so I had to come up with something pithy and funny right off, but we weren't certain if we were going to get to this right off because Miss Katie came in and said, there's something dead in the lawn.
And Clyde is chewing it.
And then it became, actually, no, half of it's in Clyde's mouth. So I figured last night they'd killed a mole in the lawn, and I figured it was a mole again, so that's all good. But what do we have here, miss?
ALESIA, the epic battle of ALESIA.
And who's it by?
I don't. You're going to make Worthington?
Worthington, very good.
Sorry, guys. I done my glasses.
So Grant and Mike.
Sorry, Grant, didn't have my glasses on.
We actually have 2 copies of this game. We actually pledged for this one, got it, and then Grant sent me another one, and it becomes, oh, you know, Grant. Okay, whatever. But it's just one of our favorite battles in history. And have you ever seen anything about this battle?
Rome?
Rome, the very beginning of Rome, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And what do they do to Vercingetorix?
Is he killed?
They strip him.
Oh, they strip him.
They strip him. He comes in on that beautiful white charger.
Gorgeous white horse.
A gorgeous white horse. So, we're excited to have this one finally. I think it has a history of, oh yeah, it looks like we got something else new.
I don't talk about it,
Yeah.
please.
But this one will be a little bit of different work because I think it's an older system, modernized. So we will be playing this one in a bit. We've been doing a lot of cleaning up here lately. I'll show you. You can actually see our room is fairly clean at the moment. This actually here, we've got, we had some work. I was doing some work in the laundry room. And of course you can see things are actually pretty clean in here at the moment.
Organized.
We're working towards a different organization here and down in the detached. So, but this is an epic battle. How heavy is the box, miss?
Mm-hmm. It's got some heft to it.
It's got some heft to it, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And we'd recently played a smaller version of ALESIA by someone else. So we're very excited about this. We read our favorite comic book on it, a hard graphic novel. So we're kind of ready to gear up for this. We'll probably got first the Ukraine in 2014, and then we got to get on to a Bomba game from the World War II campaign system, and then we'll probably be getting to ALESIA after that. So, and what's she supposed to do? Let's see if she remembers.
Bye-bye.
Bye-byes, folks. We're back to kind of having fun again, so we aren't fussing. Thanks, folks. All right, folks. Anyone have any questions on what game this is? It's the Epic Battle of ALESIA by Worthington. And there's the big map. We'll be looking in more detail, but let's go into the box art. We've got Caesar and Vercingetorix, well juxtaposed here, the art. And then look at the box. We've got the single die, but man, lots of room with the setup for counters here. And there are 4 sheets of counters. So nice job here on this. We are now going to go ahead and take a quick break as we move the box off the map. All right, we're back. You can see the entire map and that kind of dinosaur looking or aquatic dinosaur in the middle. That's actually ALESIA. And so here it is. You got the map. You can see the two sets of walls, the various Roman camps and forts. A lot of green because, well, it's the summertime. So what do you think of it, folks? You like it? I think it works well enough, the two lines. And it's two large map sheets, and they're mounted. And of course, they're around on the outside, and I'm going to step down off the step stool without trying to fall. Here you can see ALESIA, and you can see the various lines around, and of course, the areas where action happens. And this seems to be a common usage here. They're all Roman numerals. Works for me here. But yeah, in the map, it lays well considering. You can see here, and it aligns very nicely. You can see here how nicely it aligns. While looking for something for the Air Force today, for my classes, I came across this drawing of the walls at ALESIA, and of all things, so I just had to share with you that in this article on Caesar's acquisition of Gaul by William Hamlin. And one of the interesting quotes from it was this one. Only when all the tribes of Gaul realized that Rome was simply not another tribe in their political system, but a state bent on total conquest, did they overcome their personal feuds and unite. Interesting quote. Now I will note here that it's an odds-based combat result table. Uncertain if surprised or not, but maybe more surprised that there were not CRTs for each side. That was maybe the most surprising thing to me. But here, and it's very interesting, if the die roll is this, it's kind of neatly set up. It made it different. An occupied fort missile fire, and archer and slinger fire, pilas, defensive work, and your, what do I want to call it here, folks? Your defensive, but you got same thing on two cards. A nice thing, like this banner here. That's off a recent book of ours, and of course, and you get two sets of rules. Yay, you get two sets of rules, because if you look at mine, one of my two sets, probably Lucky decided the rules tasted good. Typical Worthington rules, not overly long. This one was 8 pages of rules, nicely set up here in terms of right up front so you know what units are. But for replete, a word I like, replete with examples, so you know zones of control, what walls are, what zones are, and then nicely broken up in terms of case, easily broken out that way. Surprised that there wasn't something here, an example here on retreat and advance, but then we've got terrain examples, and I think the terrain examples are critical to this game. There are more terrain examples, and then of course a little bit in terms of strategy, and then in the back of the rules we have more terrain. I should notice, Miss Katie noted as well, this is a heavy game. There are 2+ sheets of Gauls and I suppose 1 3/5 of Romans. Truly an epic battle, because depending upon whose numbers you want to go by, it's a 2-to-1 to 4-to-1 that the Romans are outnumbered. The counters are beautifully rendered, and we're going to go in close on them. I hope the resolution turns out well, looks pretty, resolution turns out good to me. But there are leader units, there are fort units which can be eliminated, and there are relief units. Here you got your, correction. The green are your relief units, and your blue are Vercingetorix and the folks stuck in ALESIA. Not to be confused with the children and old folks who've been turned out of ALESIA and are starving to death outside the walls. There are two areas that the Gauls set up in, and the Romans have, of course, their two walls. And of course, we talked about that's an odd base thing. The zones of control give you no love in this game, but if you have to retreat through a zone of control, you die. ALESIA can't move on the map until at least 10 units are on either the walls or have broken through the walls. So leaders matter here because, well, Vercingetorix, if he gets in a Roman zone of control, he's dead. So you got to be mindful where he's at. Caesar, and where's Labienus? But Caesar and Labienus, Caesar gets 2 extra rolls, and Labienus gets 1. Okay, that changes attack things around. Defensive works. The Gauls have to end up in that, and they need to punch through the walls early. The win is, well, if Vercingetorix escapes, critical for the Gauls. You got to have Vercingetorix escape here. The game has 2 different assaults of 12 turns. 10% of the eliminated will come back in the game. Seems fairly kind of simple, more than I thought, because here's what happens. The Gauls move, impact of defensive work, Roman missile fire, the Gauls shock, Romans move, and Romans shock. Pretty easy. Zones of control mandate combat. It forces folks to make hard tactical decisions. Here is the way I see it. Gauls had a stacking of only 2, except at ALESIA. Romans get 3. Makes sense. Romans have better command and control and are a more formalized army. Defensive terrain on the map is not cumulative, and a unit can only attack once, but it can be attacked more than once. I'm okay with that too. So, and let's talk about some books for the game. Of course, you've got Caesar's Gallic Wars. Critical, maybe the book to read on it. Book I was slightly less enamored with. The Armies of Julius Caesar, 58 to 44 BC. It'll work. And then a book post this Rubicon, which is Tom Holland's, I think is Tom Holland's best work. His book on Christianity and religion is pretty good, but Rubicon is his best book. So there you have it, folks. Beautiful counters, nice map, everything else works. And we've recently just played the nice little SPQR game from Joe to get us geared up for this, and we're finally ready to get geared up. And we should note that part of the reason that we had not got this redone is our bestie Kurt Hudson is here from Virginia this weekend because, well, he wants to visit with Miss Katie and sort of visit with me. So, because everybody likes Miss Katie. But anyway, seriously, we're looking forward to this one as well. And we thank the Worthingtons for sending us a second copy. That although we had done Kickstarter on this, Grant was so kind and sent us but another copy. So Thank you, Wileys.